Welcome everyone to another episode of Sports Central Podcast. It's a cool day here in Kentucky. The high today is 62 and the low is 49. Jeans and sweatshirt weather. Today I'm going to talk about the NFL. It's pretty much what today's episode is. No, actually, I have one thing to say before I get to the NFL. The Yankees lost to the Red Sox 4-3. That series is done. The ALCS and NLCS are to be played now. And you should have seen what the Red Sox people, the Red Sox players had to say about that series. I have quotes here. Mookie Betts. I'm trying to think. Mookie Betts, JD Martinez, and Xander Bogaerts all had something to say about it. On Wattpad, you can follow me, Sports Central Podcast. I made an article called Sox Superstition. I'm going to go ahead and read that article and the quotes. Finally, the Red Sox-Yankees series came to a close after the Yankees' 4-3 loss. It wasn't a competition either, and Red Sox players tell how. The players were JD Martinez, Mookie Betts, and Xander Bogaerts. Here's what each player said. So, JD Martinez was quoted as saying, "Their fans just added pressure, not on us, but the opposition." Mookie Betts said, "Be careful what you wish for, Yanks fans. You cost yourselves the series, the season. Good job." And Xander Bogaerts says, "I'm just thankful our guys at home aren't like that. They could compete, the Yankees could compete, and maybe win. But you have such a substantial number of idiots out there, the pressure just takes its toll on you." And the last part of my article says, "Yes, New York Yankees fans, Boston says it was you that caused this result. Sadly enough, I agree. The Yankees fan base is indeed like no other, but in a bad way." When I say that, I mean, trying to think of a nice way to say it. Yankees fans don't really have a filter, and they don't know when to shut up. I'm a Yankees fan, and I see this a lot of the time. They're in the Yankees and A's wildcard game. People chanting, "We want Boston." You knew that was going to be a bad idea. We got blown out by 15. We virtually lost every game, but once. No. We pretty much lost every game. The game we won was a fluke. Boston is just a much better team than the Yankees this year. And you just have to think. You just have to think about what would the outcome of the series be if Yankees fans weren't like that. And I'll tell you, it would still be the same, but it would be more competitive. Yankees fans they don't have a filter, they don't know when to be quiet, and, Yankees fans are like pimples. Yankees fans are like pimples. After they're gone, you think they're gone but as soon as you think they're gone, they come back. And you're like, oh my goodness, and you have to do it over and over again. That's what Yankees fans are like. So next time you see a Yankees fan, just be like, he's a pimple. Just think that about him. Of course, I picked the Eagles-Giants game to be my upset of the week. Probably should have picked the Chargers and Browns, after thinking about it. But I think I'm going to stick with the Eagles and Giants. Something tells me Saquon Barkley, Odell Beckham Jr., Eli Manning, they're just tired of hearing the bullcrap. The Eagles team's been weak. So Eagles and Giants play tonight at 8:20 Eastern, 7:20 Central Time. Like I said, I picked the Giants to win that game. Sunday games. Sunday fun day. The Browns and Chargers, of course. The Browns might win that game. Chargers offense looks hot. Their defense doesn't look too bad either. Buccaneers Falcons will play on Sunday. This is two terrible teams this year who will be going at it. I do think Atlanta gets the win. because they're 1-4. They know they don't deserve to be 1-4. Chargers and Browns. I've picked the Chargers, but the Browns could easily win this game. Colts and Jets, I think Colts win. After losing to the Patriots, the Colts should win. And the Jets, they will still be riding high from the Broncos win. I have the Colts in a high-scoring game. Seahawks, Raiders, two awful teams going at it. I picked the Seahawks because John Gruden is horrible. And he says it's hard to find a good defensive tackle when he gives away Khalil Mack. Panthers, Redskins. This will be a good game. This will indeed be a good game. Bills, Texans. Texans, I guess I'll pick the Texans to win this game. Cardinals, Vikings, this one's a no-brainer to me. Minnesota should get the win. Steelers, Bengals. Okay, Steelers, Bengals. I don't know who'd win that game. Because the Steelers have lost some, I'll say the Steelers. Bears, Dolphins. The Bears should get an easy win. Same thing with Rams and Broncos. The Rams should win. Titans and Ravens. The Ravens, I hate to say it, but I think they're going to win. You know, I'm a Titans fan, but I'm pretty sure the Ravens, they'll come out on top. Jaguars, Cowboys. The Jaguars should get an easy win. And the Chiefs and Patriots will also play. Patrick Mahomes will look to outshine the greatest quarterback ever, arguably Tom Brady. So, the MLB series that are coming up, Astros and Sox versus the Brewers and Dodgers. You know, today is pretty cool. I was outside, I was playing basketball, I ate Subway, that's what I had to eat. And I saw this one thing, I remember I was going to talk about it on here, but I forgot it was. Well, there was a crime that happened where I live, not specifically where I live, but in the state I live, Kentucky. I heard this on another podcast, on another radio show. 2 people escaped jail by hopping into trash cans and simply being rolled out of the building. Of course, they're caught because they run around in orange jumpsuits. Pretty obvious to figure out who they were. And I didn't see this. San Francisco and Green Bay play. That might be a good game, you know? I assume Detroit has a bye week, because I don't see them. I know the Saints have a bye week, but I assume Detroit also has a bye week. I'll tell you what, on my Instagram, I'm going to put out predicted scores for the rest of these games. Sports Central Podcast, you can follow me. And I think that's going to be it for today. You know, just a short little episode. Nothing much. Because I don't think there's really anything else happening. Well, hold on, let me look up the score. Of course, my Bulls beat the Indiana Pacers last night. It was like 106-89. But let me go up the score to this other game real quick. Lakers, Warriors. I don't think my phone wants to load. Here we go.
Yesterday, the Lakers played the Warriors. The final score was 123-113 Lakers.
There we go. I watched highlights of the game and then watched the whole game. Now, on my Instagram, I did post the Spurs and Atlanta Hawks outcome. Trae Young hits a very deep three, I would say anywhere from 30, 35 feet, and he just drills it. The reaction from the bench is pretty funny, actually. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty funny, because they were just dancing and frolicking. It's pretty funny. Let me look up something else. NBA preseason games. I can't necessarily think of anything else to talk about here. So, just to fill in the time, well, phone's not working again. Let's see what I'm gonna see. Other games that might be going on. Okay, I don't think it's gonna work at all, actually. But I do have some other things to talk about. Remember Chicken Kebab? He beat Conor McGregor. He was quoted as saying, "If you decide to fire Zubaira Tukhugov," I wrote this morning, "you should know that you'll lose me. You'll lose me too. We never give up on our brothers in Russia, and I will go to the end for my brother. If you still decide to fire him, don't forget to send me my broken contract. Otherwise, I'll break it myself. Chicken Kebab threatens to leave UFC if teammate fired." So after what After what Chicken Kebab's people did to McGregor, Dana White has threatened to fire them. And, I don't necessarily see why that is. I know he attacked him, but after that threat, I don't see why Dana White's still trying to consider firing Khabib's people. And that's what's going on. Dana White is still like, maybe I should fire this guy. But he's going to lose his champion, someone who's bringing him a lot of money. He'd be a fool to fire him. The Celtics guard Kyrie Irving. He's been talking about his migration from Cleveland to Boston lately, like a lot. Here's a quote right here. It says, "I think it was the best thing I've ever done, honestly." You can tell he doesn't want to be in LeBron's shadow much longer. He wanted to be his own. And, since it is kind of NBA talk right now, I'll go ahead and ask this question. I'll put it on my Instagram too. Who should win Rookie of the Year? Or who do you think's going to win Rookie of the Year? Who I think will win Rookie of the Year, it's going to be Trae Young, because he's on an Atlanta Hawks team with pretty much no other options, and he won't be noticed because he's on that Hawks team, but like I said, there are no other options to go with on that team. Same thing with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Kevin Knox, DeAndre Ayton. There's a lot of people. I mean, DeAndre Ayton does have Devin Booker and Trevor Ariza, but Mo Bamba, yeah, he'll be paired with Aaron Gordon. Who else was drafted this year? Michael Porter Jr. on the Nuggets. He'll be part of that young squad. The NBA's got a lot of young blood this year. It's going to be really interesting. The top 4 teams in the NCAA's preseason poll, the top 4 teams. Number 1, Kentucky Wildcats. They were previously ranked number 3, but after landing Stanford forward Reed Travis, they're now number 1 in the country. Number 2 is Kansas Jayhawks. They have a lot of people. Not really many of their guys left last year, and that's why Bill Self's squad is ranked 2nd. Gonzaga Bulldogs, I'm not sure what they did to be number 3 in the country, but they're up there. Number 4, Duke Blue Devils. I thought they'd be at minimum 2, but they're number 4 in the country after getting the top 3 players in the country. And, of course, it's Coach Krzyzewski. His teams always do good. And then the number 5 team is the North Carolina Tar Heels. I think there's an argument between the Tennessee Volunteers and the North Carolina Tar Heels for that position. But the Tar Heels got somebody recently, so I think that's why they got a bit of an edge on Tennessee. And yeah, that'll be it for that'll be it for today. I guess I'll try to come up with two more, or with another upset rather than the Chargers and Browns and the Eagles and who did the Eagles play again? The Giants. Alright, so I'm gonna need this to work, because it won't. My phones they always just act silly during these times. It's like a time of crisis, to be honest. Everything's going smooth, and then it all just falls down and crumbles. I'm trying to remember the other game. You know what? I already have my other upset of the week. Might as well try to come up with a score. Nah, forget it. I don't know. What's a good accurate score? Alright, I think I have an accurate score. Fairly accurate score. Alright, other than the Chargers and Browns and Eagles and New York Giants, here is my other upset of the week. I can see the San Francisco 49ers beating the Green Bay Packers 27-24. That is it for this episode of Sports Central Podcast. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to you next time.